He didn't like it as much.
Goryo's Vengeance is a great deck.
Make Goryo's Vengeance great again?
I would.
I would. All right. Let's reset our timer. Getting ready for round number 2, guys. I was mixed in with a bunch of commons, so I pulled it aside. Oh, there's a Shadows card. Look at that.
Good job.
Good job.
Proud of you.
Alright. So again, I didn't list players' decks.
That's okay. We'll find out what they're playing.
Sad I missed seeing the wolves trump the enchantments.
Yo, Dagos, what's going on, dude?
Well, if you missed it, you can always check out the VODs on YouTube.
True.
YouTube.com/Modern Magic Mondays. They do go up every week for your viewing pleasure. We have VODs up from Season 4 Invitational currently over there. We will also have our podcast up on YouTube after tonight's stream. If you just want the audio, you can check it out on SoundCloud, check it out on iTunes. Simply search Modern Magic Mondays. 00. Alright, let's see what these players are playing. Deciding whether to keep or mulligan here. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Godless Shrine tapped.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yavimaya Coast, paying 1.
Bant Eldrazi. I smell a Bant Eldrazi. Yeah, does pick up an Eldrazi Temple here.
Seems fine. Blooming Marsh, Thoughtseize. Max is gonna go to 8. Now see this is a deck I can get behind.
A Thoughtseize deck?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yo, Dagos 3 mil. Thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, Path gets the Noble.
Wow.
Oh, Craigasm.
He is ready.
Such a great card.
Oh, your hand's just full of lands, pretty much. You look like you could use another.
Mm-hmm.
A nice guy.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Path to Exile. It's the best card in Magic. Easy enough.
Easy enough.
You see how he was able to just briskly sweep away that Noble Hierarch.
0/1 threat.
Hey man, that's mana. Didn't miss with Stirring. So lucky.
Which Inquisition art do you like?
I like the original. The original Inquisition art. Just like cats are better than dogs, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The more you know. Cat facts. $18 all. Just kidding. 17 to 18. Ooh.
Liliana of the Veil.
let's uptick and make you discard one of those lands.
Discard a card.
Now I see what you're doing there.
I don't like the fact that you use dogs and Path against each other, their taxes. I don't appreciate that. Yavimaya for an Ancient Stirrings. Ricky's going to be at 17.
I'm going to find this threat. It's called a Reality Smasher.
Oh, my.
And I'm going to smash that Liliana next turn. So be ready.
Hence the white over red for the doggos. I think he's saying this must be Phil.
Oh, Path to Exile?
Yep.
Makes sense.
Overgrown Tomb.
Taking some damage. And that Smasher did say bye-bye Liliana. Oh. Sorin.
Solemn Visitor.
I would like to...
Make a bro.
Make a 2/2 vampire. Alright, so...
Max has a 2/2 vampire with lifelink.
He does. Now, you have to wait and see...
I'm sorry, he does not have lifelink.
He doesn't have lifelink. It's just a 2/2 flying vampire.
Yeah, flying is what I meant.
Yes. Now... with that Smasher coming across, is he going for him or is he going for that? It looks like
Sorin.
And I don't think you block. Sorin's going to die anyway.
Sure.
Because it's got trample.
Yep.
Then you have a 2/2 still. And so that's what he chooses to do. Wow, Thought sees and see that there's 2 Path to Exiles on hand. We'll get rid of one. Lingering Souls.
Max has got 2 spirits now.
Yeah, that's still 5 damage come across a turn, though. And he says, well, I'll put on a little bit of pressure. Deal 2 to you. Okay. Like another land coming down.
Nothing feels as bad when you have to Path the Spirit.
Yeah, that's not where he wants to be. And knowing that Max is on Abzan colors, there's a good chance he could have a Siege Rhino.
Yep.
So it's like, well...
Alpha Swing.
4. Yep, shrug. Alright, I'll go to 11. Wow.
Oh my. Oh no. Oh no.
A second.
Oh no.
Show me the path. Guess what? Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's like, because even if he had a path, Reality Smasher says whenever he becomes the target of a spell, counter it unless your opponent discards a card. Essentially. Like, more or less how it works, but...
Bant Eldrazi. Still a decent deck.
It's strong. Like,
I don't know if you guys knew this or not.
Goes over top of a lot of decks. End can go wide. Has some interaction being able to tap down teams and stuff like that, so... Whose sideboards would you like to read off, sir?
I'm going to read Max's.
Okay.
He's got 1 Dromoka's Command, 3 Voice of Resurgence,
Nice.
2 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Dragonlord Dromoka, 1 Creeping Corrosion, 2 Ghost Quarter, and 1 Stony Silence. I would like to see both of those Ghost Quarters come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Max didn't have a lot of creatures.
Yeah.
On that play.
A lot of his stuff were tokens that he generated.
Yeah, maybe is kind of going for a more Abzan control-esque deck.
Yeah.
Not so much about the aggressiveness, but more as kind of controlling what you have in your hand, what's on the battlefield, with the discard effects. So I'm not totally against those three voices.
I like that idea too. It's set up nice so that you can be able to have a 2/2 guy there. Worst case, he blocks, jumps in front of something, then you have a token that can get pretty big based on the rest of your tokens. So I think that's smart. Over on Ricky's side, he's got 1 Spell Snare, 1 Fracturing Gust, 2 Negates, 1 Engineered, 1 World Breaker, 1 Dispel, 1 Matter Reshaper, 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Eldrazi Mimic, and 2 Relics. Mimics are really interesting. You don't really see them very much anymore.
No, they were like the cute addition to the already seemingly overpowerful deck.
Yeah.
And just made it even more overpowered.
Yes.
When Eldrazi Winter was in effect.
Yeah, where you would be like, here's my Mimic. Next turn, here's a Thought Knot. Swing for 4 with my Mimic. Follow-up turn, here's my Reality Smasher.
Right.
Swing for 14.
As soon as I got banned, Mimic was very quick to come out of the deck as well.
Yeah. I do like the Engineered coming in, though. Because you can blow up tokens.
True.
Off of that. Maybe a Spell Pierce as well. Since he was kind of low on mana, only like around 4. Oh, he's showing cards that he's bringing in. Okay.
Yeah, to our table judge there.
Nice guy. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, you don't need that much right now based on that match. You won off the power of Smasher. He's pretty good. Like, even with so many lands in hand and not many threats, once he landed a Smasher and just started swinging, it was pretty much over. So I like just those little additions there, couple tweaks like that. So we'll see going into game 2, though.
You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
The Embalm mechanic makes white zombies.
Yes, it does.
Specifically, white
Yes.
zombies.
So all that pro-white works great.
Nope, not what I was thinking.
Okay.
I was thinking, you guys remember a card,
Honor of the Pure.
well, that is a card that would work. I wasn't thinking of Honor of the Pure, but that's a good one.
All right.
The 4-cost, that guy I really like, the Elf. Liege.
Oh, Wilt Leaf.
Wilt Leaf Liege.
Yeah. That's true. Are there any green creatures with Embalm?
Yeah. The Hydra.
Oh. The Hydra, you say?
The Hydra Snake.
The Hydra Snake.
I'm just saying, there's an Abzan aggro deck
out there
with Knight of the Reliquary.
I actually was looking at green white aggro.
Yeah. Fleece Mane Lion.
No, it didn't run Fleece Mane.
It ran Loam Lion.
No, it did not run Loam Lion either.
Why not?
I think you're thinking of a cat deck with Loam Lion, Fleece Mane, Brimaz, and that new 5-cost cat.
Whatever. Sounds good to me.
Actually,
Regal Cat.
You know what? Maybe I'll build that deck.
Yeah. Regal Cat has Embalm as well.
Yes, he does.
That's a 1-cost cat.
Yep. Make all the cats. No, I was looking at green-white lists when I saw the Gideon being spoiled, that he basically said as long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker, you cannot lose the game and your opponent can't win the game.
Okay.
And I was looking at a green-white like aggro list essentially, but just splashing in Gideons into it. And there's like a Oath of the Gatewatch or something like that lets you find a Planeswalker card from your deck and put it into your hand.
It's like an 8-cost card, though, right?
No, that's the one that looks at the top 7 and you could put a Planeswalker on the battlefield. There's one that's like a 3 cost or something like that. Or maybe it specifically searches for something else. But no, I think it searches for a Planeswalker and then you put it to your hand. Costs 3 though. But it's like
I was gonna say
the new
Gideon
Gideon
does that for 1.
But you only look at the top 2 or 3, right? This you gotta search your whole library for it. But so I'm thinking of like green white aggro and running 2 of the new Gideons.
Sure.
And probably 3 or 4 of the Battle for Zendikar one because he's the best one. And maybe like one of these original Zendikar 5-cost guy that makes everybody attack him and can destroy creatures and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So Mexica is gonna fetch, go to 17, Inquisition, and just get rid of that engineered explosives.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Get that out of here. Ricky, Relic of Progenitus.
Relic.
Okay.
Well, you saw Lingering Souls, so you're just saying, hey, we're not putting up with that.
Alright. Shambling Vent. Here's another Inquisition of Kozilek. And it's a whiff because he's got 2 Reality Smashers and a Drowner of Hope. Activate the Relic. Pass back. Gideon Tribal Control, Steven says.
So, Cavern of Souls naming Dinosaur. Right?
I'm going to say it's probably Eldrazi based on what's in his hand.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Gideon Control seems great.
Yo,
right?
Kitchen Finks.
Nice.
Max is going to go to 19. Passes back to Ricky. Ricky... Oh, it just passes. Okay. Okay, Lingering Souls. Got it.
Here's some more threats now.
2 spirits incoming.
A little different than the first game.
Finks in for 3.
Now, Relic does pull double duty against... Oh, he's doing it now? I don't agree with that. Okay. Okay.
So, yep, Relic's going to go away as well.
So, Relic, you can just tap and make him exile a card from his graveyard. Popping it to both player do it is better when persist triggers on the stack. And you don't let Kitchen Finks come back.
True. I think he was more worried about getting another card.
Yeah, but it's like,
Here's the voice.
Maybe you're worried about getting another card. You're worried about 2 more spirits coming out.
Thoughtseize. Oh my goodness.
3 Reality Smashers.
1 Drowner, 1 Sky Spawner.
Ew. So you're right. He needed another card.
This
on his
hand
needs a land here.
has all the power. And then he's going to attack Ricky for 5. Pass back. Draw. Looks like a temple. Yep, Eldrazi temple. And, passes back. Here's 7.
It's a good swing. I mean...
Pass. Draw.
He needs another land here.
Yeah.
Like,
Gets a displacer. That's not what he wants.
Well, that was a quick tie-up.
Well, that's what happens when your opponent gets, creature flooded, and you just nail perfectly.
Yes.
On curve.
Yes.
You know.
Now, I mean, I've heard some Bant Eldrazi players sit there and describe the deck as powerful, but sometimes inconsistent. And that goes to having to be a 3-color...
It's a little greedy.
A 3-color deck that also needs colorless mana involved in it. Like, it's...
Essentially 4.
Yeah, it's essentially a 4-color deck. So, those hands happen from time to time, and we saw the power that was sitting in Ricky's hand, just waiting to be unleashed. Just didn't get a chance to unleash it.
He did have a Sky Spawner, so he could have stemmed a little bit of the bleeding.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we didn't do in game number 1, we are going to do in round number 2, my apologies. And kind of let you guys know what our players were thinking with their sideboarding. Ricky looks like he sides in the 2 relics, which we saw 1, and the 1 engineered, so that was definitely good on Max. And he takes out a Path to Exile, a Thought Knot Seer, and a Drowner of Hope, so just slims down on the creatures. While Max brings in the 3 Voice, the 2 Ghost Quarter, and he brings in the Dragon Lord Dramoka. And then he's going to take out a couple Fatal Push, 2 Collective Brutality, a Thought Season, and Inquisition. Drawing 7 cards. Eldrazi Temple for Ricky and passes. Ooh, okay, so Marsh Flats for Max. Another Temple. Thought Knots. Oh, Matter Reshaper, okay. I got super excited for a second, and then less excited. Max gonna go to 19.
Super excited, and then less excited.
17? 19? Yo, Capital Coon. Eldrazi versus Maverick. It's Bant Eldrazi versus some form of a Maverick deck.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a junk control.
Yeah, I'd say.
Deck. It doesn't seem to have the it is 17. It doesn't seem to have the, at least from what we've seen, Fatal Push.
Did he fetch?
He did.
Okay, because I was like, because you can't hit that unless you fetch.
Yeah. Passes back. Here's a Spellskite. Nice. Looks like a Blooming Marsh. Paste. Oh, Thoughtseize. Oh, 3 Noble, Sky Spawner, and an Eldrazi Displacer, which is immediately going to get thrown to the graveyard.
You know a good way to help your mana out? Run Mana Dorks.
Yeah.
But if you can't cast any of your Mana Dorks,
true,
you can't really fix your mana. Oh. This is a clear indication that something is wrong with the shuffling.
Yeah.
Like, those are some serious clumps. Last game we saw 3 Reality Smashers in his hand. Like, this is not the sort of setup that he needs. And wow,
there's a Tarmogoyf. Okay, so I'm leaning more towards junk now that I've seen a Tarmogoyf.
Mm-hmm. Look at that, using the Tarma dice.
Cavern of Souls. Naming Eldrazi?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? No, it's human. He has no choice. It has to be human, just so he can cast the Noble.
Yeah.
Fair play.
But now
Strong.
all those Reality Smashers, Drowner of Hopes are now live.
True.
Okay. Do you path the Noble here and force him to lose 2 life?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think so. I think
Because like either way, he's not going to have the mana to cast it next turn. So
Right.
I personally would have done it where you target the Noble.
yeah. I mean, I
Either
think
either one of those dying is fine,
yeah.
unless he has a follow up like a fatal push or something in his hand.
Sure.
And that would be why he did it that way. Catacomb. We've talked about it before, but Jund or Abzan, which would you prefer to play?
Abzan.
Okay.
I think Jund is probably the better deck, but I would definitely play Junk over Jund.
You like Lingering Souls?
I do like Lingering
Voice
Souls.
Resurgence, things like that.
Yeah.
Siege Rhino.
I mean, if that's how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm
At the end of the day.
fan of the Siege Rhino personally. He's a good card, but I'm more. I like the voice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would be drawn to doing that. Actually, I think that's a silly question to ask you because Path to Exile is an Abzan. And
You could ask anyone else, and they could probably give you a viable answer. But here's another Noble. Looks like Max Ricky had another Cavern. I assume that this is probably Eldrazi.
Or dinosaurs.
Well, I'm gonna go with Eldrazi.
Yeah,
Drowner of Hope.
You know. It still could be dinosaurs because he does have an island there.
You're right.
We need. You know what? I need to just start bringing extra tokens for people for the feature match area.
It's definitely a token not hard to come by.
No. Not too hard to come by. Oh, look at this. Making it nice and consistent. Here's 2 Scions. They are 1/1s. You can also sack them and gain 1 mana.
Mm-hmm. Inquisition of Kozilek shows a Sky Spawner and a Noble.
And he says, yeah, get rid of that Sky Spawner.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, second voice.
Oh my.
And he says, I got nothing in my hand. All right. Oh.
Noble into an Ancient Stirrings.
Show me a Reality Smasher.
Looks like it's gonna be another Drowner of Hope. Okay. Sure.
So he could play Drowner of Hope here and get more Scions, and then start saying, hey, I'm going to start tapping down your guys and start swinging in.
Noble. He's got enough. 6.
Here's another.
Dual Drowner of Hopes.
I mean, he's getting triple Exalted triggers when he attacks now.
True. Is he a 5-4-5 or a 5-6? The Drowner?
Drowner, I think, is a 5-5.
5-5?
Maybe. No, maybe he's a 4-6. I don't remember now. It's been a little while since I played him. Only one way to find out. Use our handy dandy card bot.
5-5.
5-5.
So here comes 8 damage. And both voices are immediately going to jump in the way. Plays a Grimflare. Delirium for days. Passes back. Draw. Looks like he plays a Yavimaya Coast. Attack step. Here comes an 8/8.
Exalted triggers for days. Alright, so do you double block here? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't have trample. Like, you could have opted for, like, Grimflare going in. But...
True. Lingering Souls is going to be the play.
Because now, like, if he had kept one of his tokens... I don't know. They would have been even bigger, but
Flashback Lingering Souls, maybe. Yeah, why not? Nice. Cavern. Naming, we'll say dinosaur this time.
yeah.
Ricky playing a little reserved. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be an 8/8 if it attacked.
It would. Life totals aren't that significant here. But I think you have to be the aggressor in this point because you have all these Exalted triggers. It's better for you to be the one swinging in than just to have your guys sit on blocking duty.
One spirit.
Yeah, swing one in. Leave 3 back to block.
Yo. Actually, thank you so much for the follow. I probably definitely ruined that name. But I appreciate that.
Yeah. Let us know in chat how you actually pronounce your name.
3. 4. Thought not seer. Shows a land. Got there. Nice. Tap down Tarmogoyf. Attack. Block with a spirit. And this is kind of the point where I feel like Max may be in pretty decent shape. You know, he's got spirits to block the Drowner. He's got some Grim Flares now. Should have gave Grimflare like Forest Walk or something.
No, he doesn't need anything else. He's got enough.
All right, okay. They should have given him Swamp Walk.
No, okay.
Here's 2 damage. Ricky's gonna be at 13. I mean, he's in a forest, right? Like,
he is in a forest. You're right.
They should have given him Forest Walk. No one plays forests anyway.
What? We're seeing a forest mirror right now. There's forest on both sides. Well, I guess technically he doesn't know forest out.
Hey, what's better than one Tarmogoyf? Two of them.
Ooh.
Pass. No, just kidding. Max, swinging in for 2. The chip damage. Alright, Ancient Stirrings. Ricky drawn for an answer. Oh, I see a Reality Smasher. Easy pick. Yep, play the Smasher. Just passes back though. I don't.
Well, I think at that point in time, with 2 Goyfs out, you swing in. You're basically trading one Goyf for your Drowner of Hope, but he could choose to start tapping stuff down.
I mean, at this point, the jig is up, right? Like, if you want to protect yourself, you need to tap down the spirits because you know that Max is going to attack with those. Yeah. It forces an attack with different creatures.
Yeah. All right. So use one of them to tap down that Voice of Resurgence. Swing in with Reality Smasher for 8. Modern Magic board stalls. Yeah, round 1 and round 2 are both kind of like stalematey. Ah, okay. So TJ is in chat saying, I played Ricky earlier in the night, and I don't think he knows how to optimally utilize the tap ability. He's very new to the deck, which makes a lot of sense. Like, you sit there and you think about, okay, this is an awesome card because it generates a bunch of guys, but the other aspect of the card is super important.
Ricky down to 7.
Oh, TJ is even saying he could have beat me in a game had he sacked a Scion to tap my blocker down. So yeah, there's different aspects of the deck. Is a very complicated deck with different lines of plays that you can go. Like, I think if you're gonna go for the more easier, straightforward Eldrazi, Tron Eldrazi is much more straightforward than Bant Eldrazi is.
And here's the playset of Nobles.
He's got 2 Thought Knots over there and a Reality Smasher.
He's got 2 Reality Smashers.
Oh my. But there's 3 Goyfs left over. Yikes. Yikes. Modern Magic board stalls. Oh, alright, so we're having some blockers be declared. I mean, I just see those Scions sitting there, and they are wasted potential, sadly. Like, ugh. I mean, that's one of the benefits of going Bant over Bant Eldrazi is because you get access to Drowner of Hope and have access to tap down people's creatures.
It's a more controlling game.
It is a more controlling game. I mean, you do get access to, like, Path to Exile. You get access to Displacer, so you can tap down or flicker and tap down their creatures as well as your own and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
it's not as straightforward as playing a big dude and just going for face.
Commentary is quiet. Okay, we'll do our best to speak up a little bit more. Let us know, guys, if it's also quiet on your guys' end. Could just be us needing to turn stuff up a little bit. Alright, here's some more spirits.
5 spirits now. 2 damage coming across. And yeah, Ricky's just gonna scoop him up. I don't know. I mean, I think it goes back to the comment that was made about him being, new to the deck, right?
Yeah. That's a... Modern is such a diverse format right now with all the different decks out there. And Bant Eldrazi is a very powerful one. Often you're going to be seeing it placed quite highly in events. Top 16 at least. You'll see probably at least one list. Depending on where the event takes place, how big of an event it is. But it's not an easy deck that we've talked about. Like, it's more control-y. There's a lot more that goes into it. What you're going to be pulling off of Ancient Stirrings. It's essentially a 4-color deck, so that's a whole other aspect of making sure you've got the right lands that you need. How you're piloting it and stuff like that. So that it makes it tough for newer players. But as you play and you get used to the deck, then it becomes much easier. And just that repetition of grinding games with it and sitting down with people, maybe even getting tips from them.
Sure.
Because I do feel that Ricky probably could have won game 3 there if he had used those Scions earlier.
Yeah, I feel like he was holding on to them, waiting for something to turn his way.
Yeah.
But I think he probably needed to be a little bit more aggressive. He had more than enough power to power through those Tarmogoyfs.
He did.
Just swinging 1 Drowner of Hope would have cost Max close to 2.
Yes.
Close to 2 Tarmogoyfs. They were 4/5s, so I don't know. I go back and forth. It's definitely a difficult deck to play.
Yep.
But hopefully he'll be out more. He'll be playing it more, and he'll start to pick up those nuances that the Bant Eldrazi deck needs.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at our points, guys, because that was round number 2. Dun 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 dun.
So yeah, look at you right there at the top.
Playing some games. Except I have to play against Kyle's not on camera tonight, is he?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Kyle's playing Red Black Prison.
Ew.
What did he call it? Dark Side of the Moon or something like that.
Oh my!
I think is what he called it.
Oh my! Okay.
And somebody made the joke because he had pink sleeves on, made a Pink Floyd joke or something like that. But we're not going to see him on camera right now, so we don't have to worry.
We got Ryan versus Chris, John versus Max, TJ and Johnny hanging out in the 3-pointers with Max. We've got Robert Push and Lyle Rolfs Jamie Armel versus Eric Ford,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeremy and Devin, who are going to be on camera.
Woohoo!
And not to mention Eric and Ricky hanging there in the 0 bracket. So let's pop over. Let's take a look. Round number 3.